Craig, I'm going to put to you some player names at Manchester United, or if one comes up straight away when I ask you this question, you can put it to me. But basically saying that Manchester United clearly need an overhaul. Which players are going to get rid of immediately? And who do you think has still got a point to prove? So who stands out to you as somebody that must go right now, as soon as possible?
It's funny, Kay, because, you know, it doesn't even seem a year ago I was discussing, should we call it discussing, with one or two pundits about how they were only a couple of players short of winning the title. It's like, hold on a minute, you know, all of a sudden now we're looking at players that might go. You know, I think there's some obvious ones for me. Paul Pogba. I just think Man United, and I'm not suggesting for a minute he's not an extremely talented player who's won everything, pretty much, he has. But he's not a good fit there. For whatever reason, the agent's at it again at the moment, right? You know, and his non-stop performances aren't consistent enough with what they need. And I think he's going to be better off moving back to continental Europe, where I think his style in Italy or Spain or whatever's probably suited better. So, yeah, I think Pogba has to go for sure, and I think he will.
And there's another couple of names, because obviously we watch you on ESPN FC quite often. And I know there's another couple of names that will probably come up for you in terms of who you think should go. What about Anthony Martial?
Yeah, hasn't cut the mustard. Super talented. Always seems to be, you know, almost disinterested. I'm not suggesting he is, but that's the kind of look he gets. Nowhere near consistent enough. At times has looked a waste of space. And you know, we know he has the talent in there, but I'm sorry, Man United and others don't pay for the talent to be in there. They pay these guys the big bucks to go out in the field and take the pressure. So yeah, he's not going to. I think his time has run for sure. You know, there's likes in the Nemanja Matic. It's just age. Fred, I don't think is good enough. McTominay, I think, you know, is a type of player you don't look to get rid of because he can do so many things, and he's as honest as the day's long. He can go back and play centre back. But I think they're absolutely crying out for some real combative midfield players that have some real backbone about them. I think also, you know, another player I don't think they'll be getting rid of, but certainly the new manager, whoever it is, will be looking at is Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, when he came in, was the bee's knees, but Bruno Fernandes for a good 6 months to 12 months has been nothing more than a whinger. You know, whenever anybody makes a tackle on him, he's whinged about teammates not passing to him, he's whinged about this, that, and the next thing. Found himself on the bench against Villarreal, was gesticulating to the fans after the Watford game about blame the players, not the manager, all this nonsense, when he's done nothing for Solskjaer, or did nothing for Solskjaer in the end game. So he'll be a player that managers are looking at. Obviously, Donny van de Beek, will somebody come in and look to offload him, or will somebody come in and look to try and reignite his career? These are all questions we don't know until a man or a person is put in place that is going to evaluate this squad.
Let me give you a few more names then. In or out, Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
No, I just think, you know, good player, good defensively, great pace, but Man United in the modern game these days needs a fullback that can deliver in the final third. And his quality in that area is lacking. Now, it is something that you can work on, but I don't think it's going to be good enough for what Man United need. And I think for that reason, the kind of player they're looking for to step to that next level or two isn't going to be Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
And Marcus Rashford?
No, I think it's just about getting the best out of Rashford. I mean, clearly his fitness is key. If you get his fitness right, get his head right, get consistency, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, and others like that can be very good players for Manchester United. I think they've shown that already. But it's just about getting the right atmosphere around those players. And then you go to the other end. I think David De Gea has salvaged himself off the back of, you know, getting his place back from Dean Henderson, and through hook and a crook has made some great saves and sort of has reignited his career when it looked dead in the water. And I think the one big talking point is, you know, Harry Maguire. But I don't think United are looking to throw the baby out with the bathwater just yet. I think Maguire's confidence is shot. We saw that in the Villarreal game where he didn't want the ball. He is the captain. He's going to have to step up to the plate. He's going to have to shoulder the criticism and the responsibility, but I don't think they'll be looking to offload him just yet. But he certainly has going to have to up his performances, and he's going to have to realise that, you know, if you go away with England and score a goal against cannon fodder, it doesn't really cut the mustard for what you do at Man United, because that's your bread and butter. And his bread and butter, I'm afraid, recently has not been good enough.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.